So what I am commonly hearing right now is that homeowners are a lot more hesitant to pull the trigger on a home remodel project. And I'm going to tell you why that's false, the data to back it up, and a story about a contractor that I work with who just sold a $500,000+ home addition project using the right sales process. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Lev, and I'm the founder of Cosmosify, a consulting company that helps general contractors break past 7 figures by systematizing their internal processes. So stay tuned until the end of this video, where I'm going to reveal the exact sales process that this contractor used and how you can do the exact same thing in your business today. So first, I want to get started with the homeowners, right? Let's dive deep into, the psyche of homeowners right now, especially given how high interest rates are. I know it's comfortable for us to believe that homeowners don't want to spend money on home remodeling projects. The ultimate question though becomes, is that belief serving you, right? Do you believe that to be true about all of your leads before you even see them? And if that is the case, then what often ends up happening is you don't go in with your best foot when you bid out the project. We tell ourselves, this homeowner is not going to sign on. Interest rates are too high. It's too risky to do a project this big right now. Like, contractors are telling themselves this, and I hear this all the time when I work with them, right? And the reason why this belief doesn't serve them and doesn't serve you if you're a contractor and you're watching this video is because there's actual data that substantiates the fact that this is not true at all. And I'm actually going to link the article with all of the data in the description below, so you guys can check that out and see the article for yourself. So I'm going to point out economic factors specifically. My background is in economics, so economic factors driving remodel. So first thing I'm going to point out is mortgage rate. We know that they're high, right? There's no denying that, but that's also doing something to homeowners. It's encouraging them to stay in their homes longer. What does that mean? Well, if we peel it back a little bit more, we also see that existing mortgage rates for many homeowners across the US right now are actually below 5%, which makes them a lot more likely to invest in home renovation projects and make the value of their existing homes that much higher, which is making them more likely to invest in their current homes with a renovation project. And the other part of it is that houses are appreciating faster than they ever have in the history of the United States. Most recently at an average of 17%, which is giving homeowners a significant amount of equity to actually finance the home improvement project. And there's a ton of other reasons in this article that I highly encourage all of you to read as to why homeowners are not tightening the way that contractors think they are. But that's kind of aside from the point anyway. But I think there's a bigger elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. If I am a contractor and I tell myself that rates are high, homeowners don't want what I'm selling, and who is going to work on a home renovation project, then that is going to be the result that ultimately ends up finding me. And frankly speaking, the contractors who struggle the most with this are just the ones who don't have a dialed in sales process. So I'm going to tell you about one of my contractors that I've worked with. His name is John, and how he was able to completely transform the way that he sold within a 90-day time period. He came to me and he said, look, I'm having an issue because we have so many of these bids and they're high value opportunities, but for whatever reason, we're just not able to close them. And the reason why that was because oftentimes contractors, in my experience, they come in as experts in the trades. They know what to demolish, what to put up. They get into the technicality. They get way too deep into the weeds of the actual building process to where it actually overwhelms the homeowner. And by the very end of it, they don't necessarily make an obvious call to action or set up a next step for that homeowner. And so the homeowner is just kind of left with, okay, they're going to send me an estimate. I'm going to get estimates from probably 5-6 other contractors. Then it just kind of becomes this bidding competition. And so one of the things that was a concern for this contractor that I was working with is the interest rate. Interest rates are so high. How am I going to be able to sell jobs if, the rates just keep going up and the Fed is increasing or whatever? And the answer here is just by asking more intentional questions. Asking things like, why are you doing a home remodel project right now? Let's get into the weeds of it. Bob, Jen, what is it exactly that you guys are trying to accomplish here? What would you like for me to do that no other contractor can do? What is your timeline? How do you envision this project going? If you put cost completely aside, what is the value? See, most contractors get so caught up in making it look like, I really know how to build build things, where it's like they trust that you know how to build things, but if you don't necessarily know how to communicate to them that you are going to be the right person for this project, regardless of what the cost is, then you're not going to get the job 100% of the time. This has worked with hundreds of contractors across the United States that I have had conversations with one-on-one. And so it becomes really evident that interest rates, or whatever the objections are that homeowners are telling you, is not the actual objection. It's just a smokescreen for I don't trust you. And so the question really becomes, how do I build trust with the homeowner? And the reason why that is because people buy from who they like and who they trust. And if you are a referral, then they probably trust you because they like the person that referred you over to them. And so by way of that, they're probably going to like you. But what if they're not a referral? And what if there's somebody that came in from a colder source? Maybe it's a PPC ad on Google, or maybe it's something on Facebook that you posted. The homeowner needs to feel as though they can trust who you are as a person. And so when you can bridge that gap of the unknown of like, who is this guy and how long has he been in business and how much does he really want to help me, or is he out here to just make a buck? Homeowners don't know this stuff, but oftentimes we assume that they do know. So we should always assume that they don't know. And so it is our job to equip them, empower them with the information, educate them from start to finish on how this process should go. And when we do that, we'll end up finding that we're not going to get the same objections that, oh, interest rates are high, or this is going on. The objection really comes from a place of curiosity. People don't trust you. They don't. And if they don't, you got to give a ton of value before you can take something from them, like a check. And if you're not providing that value, then the better question to ask yourself is, how can I be providing more value than the contractors who are just coming in and talking about beams going up and drywall getting demolished? I guess the moral of the story that I'm trying to bring here is that if I tell myself this is going to be an issue and that's going to be an issue, and ultimately it is going to keep me from connecting with the homeowner, right? And if I can't connect to the homeowner, then I'm probably not going to be able to win the job. And then I'm going to end up blaming the homeowners and blaming the leads and blaming everybody because of the fact that I haven't closed the job and interest rates are high and homeowners are sitting on their cash, or whatever the heck we're saying. So if this video served you and you found it valuable, or you even found just one thing that you can take away from it, then I highly encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to this page, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more content like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.